Shortly after I got engaged, I think I panicked because I was never the kind of girl who knew what she wanted her wedding day to look like. About the only thing I knew was that I wanted to get married in December, and I wanted to get married in my hometown of Laurel, Mississippi. And I think I had always kind of been aware of Kendall for as long as I had lived in Jackson, and the fact that she was involved with events and involved with weddings. But I remember I was at an event in Highland Village, and she came up to me and she knew I had gotten engaged and wanted to talk to me about potentially being involved with my wedding. And to be honest with you, that was all she had to say for me. I knew her reputation and I was sold right away. But I think it took a little longer to sell my parents, specifically my mom, on the idea of a wedding coordinator, of someone to really be involved. One of the things that stands out to me the most that Kendall says was, you know, you won't realize why you need me until that day, and maybe even after that day. And that could not have been more true over the year that I began to plan my wedding. I'll tell you, one of the greatest things about having Kendall is what a friend she is able to become. It's really a gift, I think, to, after only a few meetings with someone, have them feel that comfortable with you, that they're letting you in on what is one of the most important days of their life. So the year went by, and Kendall was there as we made decisions about my reception and the planning of my reception, the music and the staging of my reception. And then we get to the day and the weekend of the wedding. On my wedding day is where Kendall definitely earned her keep that day. It was a great day for me, but I think as most brides know after they go through that, stressful in a way that they probably never experienced. You are definitely aware that all eyes are on you, and you want the day to be perfect, not just for you and for your future husband, but for your family and your friends who have come all of this way. You want it to be that fairy tale day for them and for yourself. One of the moments that I definitely remember, I had been calm, cool, and collected all day long until it got about 30 minutes until the ceremony, and I was in a room packed full of people and was starting to get stressed. And I think the importance of the day was starting to hit me. And I remember seeing Kendall come up to the door. She hadn't even talked to me. She came up to the door, and I think she could see a look on my face that maybe I needed a little privacy and a little time alone. And with the utmost class, she was able to get about 55% of the people out of the room, leaving me with just my very best friends in those final moments before I walked into the church. That alone to me was one of the best moments of my wedding day and gave me the most priceless moments with my best friends. And that's something that never would have happened if she hadn't been there. And I remember Kendall coming to get me from the room where we were getting ready and walking me down to the sanctuary where we were going to meet, and then telling me to just pause and take a minute and remember what this day was about. Because I think it's very easy to forget that when you're planning a beautiful reception and a beautiful party for all your friends and family. You forget that, you know, it is a holy day and a special day, and a day that only comes once in your life. And she encouraged me at the doors of the sanctuary of my church to just take a moment and take that in. And to me, that's a lot more than a wedding planner. That goes beyond the role of somebody that's just helping you plan an event. Having Kendall there, it's like having a fairy godmother or something who's watching you and can sense when you need to move on, when you need to get something to eat, when you need to sit down, even when you need your lip gloss. Again, it's much more than planning a beautiful party and making sure the band starts on time and making sure the cake is there and there's a knife to cut it with. It's really having someone who makes sure that your day is everything you ever wanted it to be, even more than you ever knew you wanted it to be.